Hi, it's Mitch from PickDawgz.com here with your free pick in the Mets versus Phillies Major League Baseball matchup on Tuesday, April 6, 2021. On Monday, the Mets finally made it to the field to take on the Phillies for their season opener. Of course, they haven't had their home opener yet after their opening series was canceled against Washington. Certainly, the Mets looked pretty much believable, which is really the best word for it after all of the hype that we've seen surrounding this team and how far that they are going to go this year. But in this one, the Mets look for game two with Marcus Stroman on the hill. Probably not the guy that they had slated to be number two at this point in things. And, of course, over time, things will change for the Mets in the rotation. But Stroman, a guy they picked up from Toronto, and he's never really reached that potential that a lot of people thought that he had. And, on the other side of this one, Chase Anderson, another guy that pitched in Toronto as well, who has been regressing for the last 4 or 5 years. He had a couple of really big years. And then since then, what we've seen from Anderson is that since the big year in 2017 where he had the 2.74 ERA, it was 3.94 the next year, 4.21 the year after that, until last year when he imploded in Toronto with a 7.22 ERA. For Stroman, we've seen the good and bad from him over time as well. He is the last time we saw him was in 2019. He was 10-13 that year with a 3.22 ERA. Like I said, a guy who was always seen with a world of potential, a former first-round draft choice by the Toronto Blue Jays. And, they were finally willing to let him go because, if you're not going to produce those kind of numbers for most baseball teams, they're not going to continue to pay you that kind of money unless you land on the Mets. But what we've seen, so far from the Phillies is really strong defense. The bats have been kind of mediocre at best. We haven't seen an offensive explosion from the Phillies, but both of these pitchers certainly have the potential to give up those kind of games and see an offensive explosion on the other end. I just think Anderson probably a little bit more likely, though. I'm still not ever going to be sold on that Mets bullpen. I guess I might just be permanently scarred from couple seasons ago, and Familia, who is still, of course, part of that pen. But I'm gonna go with the Mets in this one. It's probably a lean at best, but that's gonna be my free pick. Of course, if you're looking for more free picks, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and join us on our live shows every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We give out tons of free picks on those shows, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and join us.